Hello, I'm Diane Trees. Over the past 12 years, Alex Martin, CEO of the Orlando Magic, has led the Magic in a transformation of its business operations. He's responsible for both on-court and off-court decisions, and he's witnessed firsthand how sports has affected the region. Alex, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
The Orlando Magic was one of the first organizations here in Orlando to really start building a sports culture. How did this come about?
Well, it first came about with one of our city leaders, Jimmy Hewitt, when Pat Williams came to town on a speaking engagement, and Pat at the time was the general manager of the Philadelphia 76ers. Jimmy asked him, well, what do you think about NBA basketball in Florida? And Pat responded by saying, well, what are you talking about, Tampa, Miami? And Jimmy said, no, I'm talking about Orlando. And that's how it all started. And they got the backing of a lot of community leaders, did a season ticket deposit drive that gathered 10,000 season tickets and went to the NBA and said, Orlando wants to be an NBA city and can be an NBA city. And that's how it was birthed. And here we are 27 years later, having been one of the more successful teams on the court in the Eastern Conference during that period of time, having gone to the NBA Finals twice, and having built, as you say, a culture of sports and basketball, and now other sports in our community as our community has grown.
Do you think that was part of the original strategic plan? Did you think that Pat had a vision of what might be, or was it just trying to get the franchise up and running?
Well, Pat definitely saw Orlando as a growing city and a city of the future. And every great big city and every great downtown has professional sports. And Pat recognized that. He had worked in professional sports his entire career, many years with the Philadelphia 76ers, having won an NBA championship there. And he saw what sports did for the city of Philadelphia with having all four major sports leagues there. And I think he did have the vision of Orlando being a great sports destination, a great sports city. And certainly we've seen that grow as the city and the community has grown at the same time.
You are in the middle of a big project for downtown, the Orlando Magic Entertainment Complex. What's the concept here, and what will it include?
Well, the concept really started when we were planning the Amway Center, when we were designing the Amway Center. And at that very first charrette, I can remember we were in New York City with our architects starting the design process for the Amway Center. They extended the Amway Center property across the street and said, you know, someday, maybe not initially, it would be great to link this building to further development that's centered around sports and entertainment. And we really loved that vision, and we grabbed a hold onto that vision. And we wanted to participate in that, and we wanted to help the revitalization of Parramore, our neighborhood that we were moving into. Unfortunately, the recession hit just as we were building the Amway Center. And so development had really come to a halt. And it took some time, you know, for the economy to recover. And we had hoped that someone would take that vision and ultimately build a development by the Amway Center. Well, no one ever did. And so we decided to take on that vision ourselves. And through purchasing some land from the city of Orlando and most recently from the Orlando Union Rescue Mission, we gathered that parcel across the street, you know, from the Amway Center. And with our architects have come up with a concept of a mixed-use development that's centered around sports and entertainment. We intend on having an office building that we will relocate the Orlando Magic headquarters from Maitland downtown to downtown Orlando into that office building. We intend on building a hotel that's some 250 rooms in that development as well. Some residential, which is sorely needed in downtown Orlando right now because residential is certainly at capacity in downtown. And then having some retail that's really centered around sports and entertainment, some restaurants, some bars, maybe some entertainment venues. Really a complete mixed-use development centered around sports and entertainment. We believe that the investment is going to be in excess of $220 million. And we're really excited about controlling that front door of the Amway Center and extending that entertainment and sports element, you know, further into the Parramore neighborhood.
I always thought it was a brilliant thing that you had retrofitted the Amway for hockey as well, so that didn't have to go back and to be retrofitted. I didn't have any idea that you had the vision to look and see the property around. Makes sense, but what a good thing and what a huge project you're undertaking.
Well, when we were designing the Amway Center, our focus was really to make sure that it was prepared to host any type of indoor sporting event that possibly could be held in an arena. Because we were missing out on a lot of those type of events at the old Amway Arena. The Amway, the NBA All-Star Game had come once early in the Amway Arena's life and had never come back because the facility really couldn't accommodate it anymore. And that was the case for a lot of other things, the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, some other national championship, conference basketball championships, etc. And so we wanted to make sure that we designed a facility that could attract any one of those possible events. And thus far, we've been able to do that. We're going to see the NCAA men's basketball tournament come back for the second time since we've opened the Amway Center this coming spring. We've had the NBA All-Star Game once. We're in the process of bidding for the NBA All-Star Game again to hopefully come back in either 2020 or 2021. There have been conference basketball championship games there. There have been neutral site collegiate basketball championship games there. Of course, the Solar Bears have played there, the Predators. So it really has accomplished what we had hoped for it to accomplish, and we're still trying to attract a lot more. Some national championships like the National Wrestling Championship or the National Gymnastics Championships, some U.S. Olympic trials. Those kind of events can be hosted now in the Amway Center, and we hope to attract them someday.
With the sports tourism growing here, is your fan base mainly local? Does sports tourism have a factor in decisions that you're making with the Magic organization?
Well, the primary base of our fans are definitely local. There's no doubt about that. Central Floridians who have backed the team for some 27 years, and we see new fans coming every single day. Our fan base continues to start to skew younger. As millennials come into the workforce and start to invest in season tickets and mini plans and fast break passes that we have. But we also see quite a bit of attraction from the tourism industry. As a matter of fact, we have a specific strategy and outreach towards the tourism industry. We've been working on that for over a decade now. And we see over 1,000 tourists come to our game, every one of our games, on average. And on some nights, much more than that.
That's a lot.
Particularly, yes, it is a lot. And actually, it reaches some 3,000 tourists in the month of January when a lot of Brazilians come to town. And we have a specific outreach towards the Brazilian market. We have sales staff that goes into Brazil prior to our season and pre-sells our games in tourist packages to destination management companies and the like. And we have a similar outreach in the UK as well. So that specific strategy has allowed us to get in on the front end of when tourists come to visit and add a Magic game, to their overall experience.
Yeah. Alex, you've been in the community for a long time. Your players are extremely visible and out in the community, as you are as well. How do you encourage that culture? And you have the Orlando Magic Youth Foundation as well. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, it all starts with our ownership. The DeVos family is a very philanthropic family, one of the most philanthropic families in the country. And so they set the example for all of us. When we bring our players in, whether it be through free agency or through the draft, one of the key elements that we try to find in our players is players of high character. And when you focus on that attribute, in addition to their skill on the court, you find players that want to contribute to your community, that want to give back, that understand their role as role models, as professional sports athletes. And so we really don't need to encourage or push our players to get involved in our community. Most of the time they come to us and ask us how they can get involved. And our community outreach is vast. We do focus a lot on the Paramore community in our neighborhood because we're committed to that neighborhood and making sure that that community continues to improve and grow. But our outreach is truly throughout Central Florida, whether it's rehabbing basketball courts with our friends at J.P. Morgan Chase, or through the Orlando Magic Youth Foundation. As you say, the foundation now has raised and distributed over $20 million over the course of the last 25 years to local, underprivileged, and at-risk youth organizations.
Yes.
There's so much need in our community for our youth in so many different ways, whether it's to help children read or to give them after-school programs so that they stay off the streets and stay out of trouble, or to prepare them for the next phase of their life, after they finish their K-12 education cycle. So there are hundreds of organizations in our community that are doing great work with our at-risk youth, and so we invest in them through the Orlando Magic Youth Foundation. And over the last several years, we have raised and distributed $1 million a year to a lot of those organizations that are working with our youth, whether it's the Boys and Girls Club or the UCF Foundation, who helps give out scholarships to first-generation Americans that are coming to UCF. So the foundation does a lot of great work with youth, and our players get very much involved with that, as well as our employees too, by the way.
Yes.
Our employees last year alone donated over 7,500 hours of their personal time to different organizations through volunteerism throughout Central Florida. So we're really proud of that. We don't require them to do that. We don't push them to do that. It's something that they truly want to do. And we all, this is our home. We all want to be invested in our community. We want to see our community grow and improve, and our employees take a vested interest in that. Well,
I want to thank you as well for the outreach efforts that you have made in the community. You personally have headed some really major initiatives, so thank you, and thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
That's all the time we have today. Thank you for joining us on Metro Center Outlook.